Hello and welcome to the final of the Plate Masters final of the Australian Championships. It's essentially just another singles title, which is obviously another really good tournament to be involved in. Sorry that we're only 3-0 in and I couldn't get here any earlier. We've got Alan Brown of WA, who's been pretty consistent over the last few years, you must say. Playing in the pockets things and winning state titles and winning a lot of different things versus a really, really good Tasmanian player by the name of Jeremy McGuire. So I don't know what's been going on for the first three frames. I'd say it's been a little bit one-sided. And you'd say Brownie definitely has the ability to do that. For anyone watching this stream, I'll just go to the other stream and give you a score update on the Open and the ladies. So currently in the ladies, plate final between Lyndall Element from Victoria and Christy Henville from WA as well. Good to see some really good WA representation in these singles finals, especially this year when they probably haven't got some of their stronger teams. But I think the men's is the outlier because the other teams are very, very good. So Lyndall Element is currently 2-0 up on Christy Henville, and Simon Singleton just dominating Alex Pace at the moment. Race to 7, he's 5-1 up. A little bit unbelievable, but at the same time, we all know Simon can bloody play the game. So, a very, very good player, and he's 2 balls away from potentially having a 6-1 lead, only needing 1 frame. So Jeremy does have a few balls to play with, but he still has to negotiate these nicely. Don't want to leave Alan just any sort of a shot on it. You always want to leave him snookered. So I think the obvious ball would be to play the top ball on the top cushion in such a way as you sort of go in behind the ball on the left and potentially bring the other one there back into play as well. This is a really important frame. You do not want to let Alan Brown go 4-0 up, race to 5 with a few breaks, because he's very, very capable of making at least 1. I don't know if that was the right ball. I think you should have promoted one of the other balls and got him back into play. But maybe he thought it was just a touch too hard. Alan Brown with the signature glasses on the top of the forehead, just to make sure he's got 20/20 vision on the top. I'm not sure. Some people like to have them up there and then they have a look at the angle and then put them back up to play the shot. So I'm not sure if he's one of those players, but whatever he's doing, it's working because he's playing a lot of good pool. Just as I say that, just lets one swing a touch wide, or a touch narrow if you want to be critical. And Jeremy McGuire with a very, very good chance. You'd feel that he has to make this chance. This frame. Still a bit of a tricky ball up the top. I don't think it goes underneath the yellow that he's playing to now. I'm kind of not sure why he's not getting rid of these two balls and just playing up there, leaving the ball to the centre till last, but he's found a different way to map it. Just wants to drop this in. He doesn't want to be too straight, so that's why he's punched through it a bit. Got a bit of angle, and he should still be fine. Hitting this ball pretty naturally would be ideal. You don't want to have too much angle on either the middle ball or the bottom right ball, but you still want to have something to play with. Played it well. Maybe a touch too much angle, but I think he should still be fine. Doesn't want to go too much further. It could be hamper queuing. That's why it was very important just to get kind of neat off of those second and third balls. He's negotiated these very well. Negotiated them very well. That was starting to get a bit tricky with the hamper queuing and everything. And Jeremy McGuire needs this black to bring it back to 3-1. Very nice. That was imperative that he got that frame, because if Brownie gets another frame clear with only needing one left, oh, that was almost spelling disaster. Only 9 o'clock, I suppose, up there, but with the amount of matches and the amount of games that everyone has to play, you'd be absolutely exhausted. So it's good to see a lot of people up there. There's a bit of still a state feeling around the plate, not being that massively important title, but still wanting to be won by everyone. So good to see some of the guys up there cheering along. And we are having a lot of cheering and clapping on the other side of the table, so we're just going to go and have a look at what's going on, because I think there's some good stuff happening in the other two matches. And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Simon Singleton plate 7-1. That's unbelievable. But when he gets going at his brilliant best, he's very, very, very tough to beat. Very, very well played. And coming over at his first Australian national titles in the first time that we've opened our borders to our New Zealand brethren. For him to come over and win some sort of Australian title is absolutely awesome. I'm very happy for him. And currently we have Alan Brown at the table on a really, really nice set of yellows here, and this is why it was so important for Jeremy to win the last frame, because if Alan gets onto these frames, he's just about going to mop them up every single time. Still a couple of little neat positional shots to play, but they all link pretty nicely. Just needs to not have too much angle on this ball. Well, oh my god, he's taking the other ball. I think he's in the same spot, maybe a bit worse. I think he's still got a shot to be able to bring the ball off the two rails. A little bit of right hand side and just pick the gap between the black and red and try and get on that ball to the centre. But now it's a lot harder to guarantee that you're on the next balls. We'll see what he does here. Got into it a tiny bit too much. Didn't want so much topspin. Just wanted to sort of let the side bring it back up out into play. So yeah, I personally would have left the centre ball as a linking ball nearly 100% of the time. And this is essentially why. So you don't want to leave these balls without a linking ball, and then you have to make the specific angle work. Ah, that's a ripping shot. That is a ripping shot. Judged it really nicely too. Hasn't smashed it to try and sort of stun it off the other ball. It's very well played. He's still got a bit of work to do here, but I think he can make it. Just needs to judge the pace. I think the angle is pretty nice off the left-hand side cushion and coming where he's having a look at now. Maybe a touch aside, but he should be coming back into the line of the yellow to the black and red. And how has he judged it? Oh, that cannon may have come to his raid. I think he's on this ball, and I think the black goes too. I don't think the red's come down far enough to stop it. If he has enough angle, he might even play for the black to the top corner. That's exactly what he's coming to have a look at now. Ooh, doesn't want that to run. He's okay. Now, a really, really tough. Well, I mean, it's not tough. It is 3-4 foot away, going to the top corner, and you're relatively straight. You can get to it through the pocket as well, so that's sort of in his favour. But it's definitely a lot tougher than you would have wanted. Oh my god. Oh, I've almost been again in this frame. Unbelievable. And I must say, from what I've seen, Jeremy hasn't had the best luck. Could have definitely gone worse for Brownie there, but it is what it is. Jeremy still has a lot of balls and a bit of coverage and everything to try and get himself back in this frame, but it's not easy. And this is the key shot. Will he play the ball on the very right hand side? Can he get to it actually, to be fair? Thick, and then leave the snooker down here. It's a tough shot. Will he go for the out, to be fair as well? The out is still on. Good shot. A little bit too much angle, more than what he wanted. He wanted to just leave the ball down the bottom near us next, but can still do it. I'm just wondering whether the red does go underneath the black, potentially just as an easy sort of drop that in and then stay on all your balls type of shot. played that alright. I think he's got the wrong angle again. And just thinking about this one for a little while, which is very understandable. It's a very important frame. I do believe this goes under. Always hit it very thick, and it's a good shot. He's played it quite well here. Obviously the heart was in the mouth, thinking is it going to drop, but I think that was always going to drop. And if he's got a bit of angle coming back out in the centre of the table, he's absolutely perfect. But it wasn't that angle, so he's just had to go the other way. And it's still perfect. So Jeremy McGuire clawing his way back after Brownie's had a few chances early in the frames and just hasn't taken advantage of them. And we're just going to finish off this match now that it's starting to get a little bit spicy. I'm going to have Logan Brand come in and co-commentate with me. Very excited for that. And will hopefully make your viewing experience that much more pleasurable. Logan is in the building.
Alright, sweet, let me know. Perfect. G'day, g'day. How are we all?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good. Yeah, so we've seen this match has been a bit up and down. Obviously, Alan Brown has got shot out of the gates at 3-0 and has missed a couple of fairly simple sort of clearances to let Jeremy back in, and who has literally just not really put a foot wrong in the last few frames. So we've got a match on our hands.
Certainly do. I didn't see much of the draw, but I would have assumed these were two of the favourites going into the Masters.
Yeah, potentially. There is still, I think there's a lot of good Masters players, to be honest. But these two are some of the standouts for sure.
What do you fancy here, Jason?
The colour or the person or who are you sort of the colour? Well, if you can get onto a yellow, I think yellows are the obvious balls, but there's still a few issues with both sets. I actually fancy a little safety here, and then let Alan do something else with it, and then see where you're at. I think I actually would probably just put this ball in behind the reds and not choose a colour, to be honest.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice of
shot.
Wow,
what a shot.
Yeah, that's quite a nice cut. You did say the yellows were the better balls, and Jeremy must agree with you because he's pulled that out of his hat.
Well, they now, but I didn't actually think that ball was going to be the ball that he'd open on.
Yes, perhaps his quiver has more arrows than ours.
No, I think just people just see the game very differently, and obviously we're sitting from one angle, whereas he can come around and have a look at specifically where it's going to go. So I think it's probably a bit easier to judge if you're out there. But so the yellow below the black is the big question mark. Does it go? Gonna have to stun off the side rail.
Sorry, I was about to say, if he doesn't, he may have good angle now to go into it on this ball to the left, because I think the wide will fit through that gap.
Yeah, you may be right. He might even just play this sort of bottom ball, because obviously it goes in under the red, and he might be on it. To be fair.
Yeah, if the yellow below the black passes, I can't imagine anything getting in Jeremy's way or making this clearance, which would bring it to 3-3.
Yeah, unbelievable, really. Brownie looked in control of the whole match and just sort of made one mistake in the last 2 frames each, and that's all Jeremy needed.
Yeah, if I was to give one piece of advice to every player at this event, don't make any mistakes.
That's a good piece of advice.
I mean, people always tell me I'm known for my sage wisdom. This is one of those instances.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
ooh, just lost the wide a little bit.
Yeah, now he's got a... I don't even know what he can do here, other than playing from the car park.
Well, I mean, he can still play. Like, he's coming around to have a look at the angle now of where he's going to cannon this red. I think he can still judge it fairly well, fairly thick. And you just play it off the side jaws into the red, relatively thick, and then you should pot the ball.
Yeah, okay, so he's going to play the white in the small gap between the red on the side rail and the... Yeah, but you see it with enough difficulty going on with that shot that it's brought about a miss.
Yeah, I agree, but he smashed it. So I think you could finesse it into the side cushion, cannon the red nicely, and sort of just see where you land, and then take the yellow off the red. And just pot it that way. Don't try and get it clean.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. I actually prefer his shot where he played the white to where it is, just picking the gap between the red and the middle pocket off the side rail.
So what you're saying is you prefer to miss?
No, he just missed the pot. He got the white right, but it would have meant that in order to get the shot, he would have required a fraction more bottom or side, and he would have been in the same.
Wow. Oh my god. I mean, it was kind of almost always there. I honestly, it's very unlucky, but at the same time, if you don't play that shot and you just sort of finesse it around, because the balls were kind of weird for Alan, I think that's probably a better option. So yes, it's unlucky, but
it's always close. But that's either a terrible shot by Alan or a brilliant genius shot, by the way, because the last thing he would have wanted to leave is a cut for Jeremy, but he's both gotten away with it and gotten the maximum reward. That's...
Yeah, well, it's a massive fluke. It's a massive fluke that he's landed exactly there. Oh, yeah, I feel for Jeremy because that was his frame to win from the start. Just, again, making a mistake and being, punished, we say, on the scoreboard. Oh.
In this particular instance, punished by the pool gods, and then again.
And then again, yeah. But that was essentially straight in off, so that's that one's on him. But I feel for him really badly because that's a tough way to potentially lose this match because the yellows are really nice.
Funny you should say that. I like the reds, but anyway, both are decent, to be fair.
Yeah, they're both good. I actually, I was just waiting for you to say whether you liked yellows or reds, and then I was probably going to say, well, I actually do like the reds as well, but either or, they were kind of pretty good, weren't they?
Here's my reasoning. The hardest ball for both are the balls near each other on the left-hand side. And
Yes.
Reds have easier linking balls to that ball. However, he's played a nudge on it anyway. But look, see, now it's a little bit... Oh, he's made it onto the middle, so he's actually sort of solved all his issues. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. This is still fine. You can either cut this in and sort of go pick the gap between the black and take the balls down the bottom, or you can play with a little bit of check side and try and stop it off which is what he's tried to do, and land perfectly on this yellow. Oh my god, what a result! And yeah, I will say on this match, I'm not saying that Brownie doesn't deserve it, but Jesus, he's got some really good results in this match so far.
It's still not over, however. Needs to do some work with the white here.
Yeah, off the side cushion, and then I would have played off the side cushion if he had the angle.
No. I didn't think he was that straight. This was, he was perfect, actually.
I tell you what though, he's still got to stun the balls back out into the middle of the play, and he's still got to get on this black, so it's not over. Even though it's 2 balls in a pretty good position, it's not over. I don't know about this. Yeah, he needed to really get into that and stun it. Like, he stunned it, but he hasn't sort of brought it back up the table. I'm not a big fan of that shot.
Now he's got to do a bit of a zigzag here, but I just wonder if he can hold the white on the right hand side of the table for the black to the top left, or if there's a bit too much angle for that.
I think there's way too much angle. He's held it pretty good though, but this was always the issue, potentially going in off.
Oh dear.
I'm just going to say something, and it might be a little bit controversial. I actually think this is like probably the best option that this match could have had, because I don't think that the pool gods have been terribly kind to Jeremy apart from that shot. So this is literally bringing it back into his hands, and I think that that's pretty fair.
I'm going to say something even more controversial. He should have gone Reds.
I agree with you. No, I think
what do I know?
We're always in an easier shot. Yeah.
Now this is just a mop-up job for Jeremy. You should be getting these 100 out of 100, particularly at his level, but pressure can do anything to anyone.
Yeah, look, yes, pressure, but if I was Jeremy, right, I would actually be feeling a bit of reprieve from this, and this would probably lighten my mood massively, because I don't feel like there's that much pressure on, even though it's the last, potentially the last shot of his match. He's just had a massive let-off on an easy sort of set of colours, and he shouldn't have had another shot at this level, so I feel like there would be actually a bit of just a let-off. It's actually not a pressure out, if that kind of makes sense.
So it's a free roll?
I think so, yes. Yep. Because essentially the match should be over.
Right, so it's like when you have the same hand as the other guy in poker, but you can go run a flush and they can't. It's a pure free roll.
Essentially, yeah, I reckon. And he's doing a nice job leaving the ball to the centre, which is relatively easy, as a nice little linking ball to the black, just to get really neat on it. And he should have no problems here. I'm not going to cast a curse in, but I actually have cast a curse in, but I think he's still fine. Can just play this ball that he wanted to be his last ball, and he should still have a good angle off this bottom ball.
I don't think it bothers him at all. He just wants any angle on his last ball, and he can get pretty sweet posi on the black.
Yeah,
but you're right.
I think he would have wanted
your way
was
your way was the most textbook way, I would say.
Yeah, and he was playing that way. It's just he's just overrun a ball, which we all do. So. All right, Jeremy McGuire to go 1 frame down with 2 to play, or 3 to play, I should say. Bit of a let off again from Brownie, we must say, but Jeremy's done well to sort of mop them back up. Obviously trusting a bit of luck, but he probably shouldn't be 4-3 down. He should be at least in with a shout for 3-all, given that black of the last frame. But it is what it is.
It's got to be pretty painful when you see the finish line like that for Alan, just going off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He'll be hoping to have that all out of his mind by now, and he's good enough to. So I think he'll just keep playing.
What a fascinating way of breaking.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of, especially the Masters guys, but a lot of guys are taking a lot of pace off this break, and they're just sort of timing it to the middle of the pack, and the balls aren't sort of way around; they're just sort of floating into good positions.
Well, look at the spread.
Good spread.
This is mental.
Yeah, very good. He'll be wanting to make this clearance, that's for sure.
Gone.
So, will this black pot or not? Oh, has he come far enough? Oh my god. I don't know if he's on this ball, you know. He'll have to play a really, really nice pot and try and potentially go into the yellow. Oh, just missed. Wow. Very unfortunate there for Brownie, but he did put himself in that position. So we'll see what Jeremy can do. He would love to go 4-all in this match. And after a fan injury or a fan technical difficulty, I do have Logan Brand back on comms with me, so make him feel welcome. And yeah, I think that was the right shot. Don't try.
People think I don't have fans, but actually do, and they disrupt me during the live stream.
Oh, you got to cool down your stuff, mate. You got to cool down your stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, so I missed the chopper, and Alan's in a lot of hurt now.
Yes, he's not in the best spot now, and that is another foul. So another chance to Jeremy McGuire. What can he do to make himself known in the last frame of this match? The only hard ball, the yellow near the black, but I think if you get rid of these two balls, it goes. So just needs to negotiate these in such a way as when he lands on it, he gets into a good spot after having moved those two yellows.
Yeah, I would think if the yellow isn't onto the bottom right, his first shot would have been playing a little bit of a nudge on it.
Yeah.
So I would just assume from this point on that it does go.
Not the best shot there, but he's still in with a good spot.
That's a nice area he played for there. Just on that line, it was hard to see him not being on a shot. If he went a bit further, he was going to be on this ball to the left. If he didn't go far enough, he always had these ones on the right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, he's played for a good area. That is not a good area, though. Oh, my God. He's made it hard.
Yeah, I think he's actually okay.
You think he's okay?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on this ball. Yep, he's on this ball.
He
That's good enough, but now he needs to judge this very nicely. Like, this has to be a pinpoint accurate shot.
It's just all about getting on the right line. The pace should take care of itself. It's just if he's got too much angle with the throw of the top spin, you may have to load this up with a bit of side to get on the line he needs. Just like that.
Oh, that is a fantastic shot. Yeah, that's a fantastic shot. That was very, very hard to execute, but he's played that superbly.
Yeah, it was clever to aim for the red. It was hard to imagine getting a cannon on the red and not landing on your yellow somehow.
Yeah, 100%. And if he had have just missed it, he would have gone past and been on the ball anyway. So.
Yeah, you missed it on the low side.
And Jeremy McGuire given another lifeline. Wow. Given another lifeline. Alan Brown has been favoured in most of these frames, but he's either made a mistake or been put in a really, really horrible position for Jeremy to mop up these balls and mop them up. He has. He's played them very, very well. Been very impressed, Logan.
I agree. He would make a fantastic janitor, that's for sure.
Well, you're not wrong. So 4-all in the plate final, in the Plate Masters final between Alan Brown and Jeremy McGuire of Tasmania. This has been a pretty good match, and Jeremy McGuire really has had to fight tooth and nail to be able to stay in this match and get to this position. So we'll see what he can do with the break. This would raise the roof if he makes this out from here. A couple of the Tassie boys in the background, and what a break! Wow.
This may give some indication as to why Alan is opting for the soft break. Because Jeremy's clobbered the heck out of these and they've all clustered up.
Yeah, there's a couple of clusters that sort of landed not very nice for him, isn't there? I think with the soft touch break, you can guarantee where the cue ball's going a little bit easier. Whereas with these cloths, with these tables, I think if you're, oh my god, that was so close to being a foul, it wasn't even funny. I think, yeah, if with these cloths and these tables, I think if you're smashing the balls, you kind of can't guarantee that the white isn't going to get knocked away.
How was it close to being a foul? What did I miss? Oh, him touching the ball or something.
No, push shot. I don't. It wasn't, but just it was close. Smart shot there.
The old strategery here.
Yeah. Yep. I think both balls were pretty awful. Obviously, Red's having a few more options to be able to play. But this is going to be a very strategery game, as you say.
Yeah, full of strategeryfulness.
Yeah, that's going to catch on, I reckon.
Yeah, it's called the Logan Lexicon.
What the hell is a lexicon?
Isn't that a group of collection of language?
You're telling the story, Matt. I don't know.
The vocabulary of a person, language, or branch of knowledge.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that suits. That suits. Logan Brand, everybody, just creating words and hoping they stick. And if you're Jeremy here, I mean, it goes without saying you want to have some control in this frame. It's just about how you do it, I suppose, without putting too many balls.
I am curious, if it goes without saying, why did you say it?
Well, I said it past tense.
I'm just staring. Anyway, back to what we should be talking about.
Do you think you should be playing with these set of three and just try and put the yellow safe, or do you think the right shot is to put the other top yellow on the top cushion and then open up your three? I actually I didn't see that.
Yeah, so I love that shot, and that's what I would have been doing also, because you've got built-in safety with his ball murdered at the top there, and your balls are closer to it than his are, so Jeremy has more attack options, so I like attacking there.
Yeah, I actually think that's a fantastic shot. I was thinking about playing that ball thick and just sort of putting this ball on the side rail, but that's a way better shot.
What do you fancy now for the red balls?
Could potentially play the same shot. Same sort of shot, but it's tricky. You need to have a ball to be able to get up on the top balls, essentially. So I don't just want to go potting this ball or not getting on it.
Yeah, I think just moving this ball up the table somewhere might be the... Although, I wonder if he meant the pot there, because he didn't really... He was not likely to be on anything.
Yeah, I think he meant the pot, but obviously just smashed it too hard trying to create the angle off the sort of the half ball. But I think if you play that maybe half the pace, you can still be on the red in a good position to be able to get back up there. He's obviously just overhit it.
I think he may have played the cut to the centre and hit it thick. And if he got the cut to the centre, he wouldn't have potted that ball over the hole, and he would have been able to use it to get up the table. And that's a great shot.
Yeah, it is. It is a really nice shot. Brownie with all to do here now. If he can hit it thick and sort of stun past it, but I just don't think it goes past the red. That's closest.
I think Brownie's more likely.
I think it does.
I think he's more likely going to try and escape the snooker and hit one of his other balls, and he's not likely to leave Jeremy much if he succeeds in that shot. The downside is if you miss, you just lose.
Well, potentially, but he still has a bit to do with these balls up the top, so I actually do like your theory. But he's going to opt for the first option. I just don't know if it's going to work or not. He went off the other ball. Wow, oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow, he deserves it now. That's an incredible shot.
Logs, come on. It was a massive fluke.
A fluke?
That was a massive fluke.
Oh, please. You don't think he's played the plant full length of the table? What was he doing with the white then?
Potentially. I honestly think you were playing that ball off the Reds and trying to come safe down here, I think that's what he's played. But, I mean, I could be wrong. He might have played it. Wow. Listen, either way, if I'm Jeremy McGuire, I'm sick. I'm absolutely sick. This is far from over. Like they're not ABC just yet. This pot needs to be made, but you'd much rather be in this position of Brandy than standing away from the table. That's for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Jeez, I just don't think he's played that. I think he's played the safety. That was a good shot.
I guess I'll have to ask him in the post-match interview that we don't do.
That might be another good option to try and get some post-match interviews going, but might be down the line.
Tell you what, we'll leave it to the fellas on whatever that podcast is to decide whether it was a huge shot or a huge fluke.
Yeah, look, I think there'll be a bit of analysis on that shot because it's definitely a bit of a contentious point. But either way, Brownie is set to win. I'm pretty sure he's won a plate or an Australian title last year as well, so he's backing it up this year with the plate win, 5-4. And WA has won.
Oh, very well played by both, but only one player can come away with the chocolates.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that match went. The title says Masters, but make no mistake, guys, these guys can play. They can play. They've got a lot of experience, a lot of under pressure pull, and that was a pretty good match. A couple of mistakes here and there, but it just builds the intensity. And while we've got the celebrations going on, we're going to have a replay.
We'll determine with our keen eye if this was intended or not. Dan, you missed it.
All the cameras in the world and we've missed it.
Here we go.
Come on, Logan, that was a massive fluke. I mean,
okay, it's possible that may have been a fluke.
and owing to the fact that he puts his hand up as well, I think that's even more evidence.
I thought he was just waving to a mate on the sidelines.
Well, potentially, he's got a few of them there, so he might have been waving to a mate, but in my professional, not so professional opinion, that was a fluke.
Alright. Well, anyway, signing off now, and a quick reminder to everyone that a leaky faucet wastes more water than you think.
And with that bit of absolute, unmistakable Logan Bram wisdom, we're going to sign off for this stream of the Plate Masters Final. See you tomorrow.